How's it going, everyone? Let's take it here. Welcome back to episode of Collector's Zone Haul. I had a small little stack today, but geez, did I have a really good time reading some of these comics. So let's get to it. Alrighty, we have Demons issue 1. Really good comic, this one. I had a really good time with it. I'm going to put it on my tablet and keep it on watch. Now, this artwork reminded me of, I forget what it was called, Cinnamon. It was like the cat comic, and just it was in its point of view that it was this badass person, and I think it was the same people who made this one just because the artwork reminded me of it. So I have issue 1 of Frankenrocker and the Jailbait Punks. Unfortunately, it didn't really hook me. I don't know what it was about, I just couldn't get behind it, but the artwork is really good. It kind of reminds me of sort of like 90s comic cartoon, like those really wacky, comics, and there was these trading cards that I can't remember what they were called. Me, Louie, and our sister was trying to collect them, and yeah, it just reminded me of that. Alright, I got issue 1, A Town Called Terror. I don't know, it was enjoyable, but at the same time, it was... I think I want to read the next issue just to sort of understand what's going on, because yeah, it's good. Like, it's just hard to explain how... Like, it's not that I didn't enjoy it, I just thought I need more. Like, I really wanted more because it was, hooking me. Now, this was a great read. I almost had a little bit of a tear by the end of it. We have Lemmy. This comic basically talks about the life of Lemmy. To people who don't know, Lemmy from Motorhead, really great band, one of my favourites, and yeah, passed away in 2015. Or was it 20? It was very late 2015, if I remember. It was right near Christmas time, if I remember. And yeah, this was a great comic. I really enjoyed it, just explaining Lemmy's life. And there was one bit I thought, are they going to mention it? Are they going to... Because it was probably... I immediately didn't watch the show till much, much later, like till 2004. And the show came out in 1980... Well, the season they recorded was 1982, so I was thinking to myself, is it going to be featured in here? So one of my favourite shows, and Luke's favourite shows of all time, is a show called The Young Ones. And in an episode named Bambi, Motorhead was featured in the episode and played Ace of Spades, and funny enough, it was because of that I really wanted to get into Motorhead. Sure, wrestling, like WWF at the time with Triple H's theme, the game, that kind of stuff, but I wasn't really big on Motorhead. But after seeing this show, The Young Ones, because it features some of our favourite British comedians in that show, and when seeing Motorhead perform Ace of Spades, I was just like, I really want to hear some more music, and never looked back. So I thought, at some point are they going to mention that episode? And it was actually, funny enough, the first episode me and Luke watched of The Young Ones, and yeah, one of my favourite shows of all time. And funny enough, the reason we watched that, because the family loved Rick Mayer. He was a great comedian, really funny, and when me and Luke growing up, it was always Drop Dead Fred, and really great movie for us growing up. And Dad was watching a show called Bottom, which featured Rick Mayer and Ade Edmondson, two characters who were in The Young Ones. So we knew about that show, and then it wasn't until much, much later that our dad had seen a VHS tape went to a video store. He said, boys, if you like those two, you gotta like this show. And because me and Luke were much older, we were 15, we would get some of the humour, and yeah, it quickly became one of my favourite shows of all time. Absolutely loved The Young Ones. Only 2 seasons, unfortunately, but that's fine, short and sweet. And it was just really great to see that little panel featured in a comic of the life of Lemmy, and still hurts to this day that we lost him. Just always liked his attitude, if someone's bothering you, screw them. Alright, I picked up a book because I saw it last trip, but then I put it back. I thought, I'm okay, I'm not really in the mood for a big book at the moment because I got so many. But this time I picked it up and I couldn't bit it down. I couldn't put it down. I read through the whole thing today. Geiger. I hope I pronounced that right. Geiger. And it's volume 1. I thought it was just, this book, but apparently it's continuing on. Think of Fallout, Mad Max, and there was another, because I was reading it, I thought, oh, this is very like this, very like this, very like this, and there was a third thing that I thought of. Fallout, Mad Max. Oh, what was it? What was it? The Book of Eli. If no one has seen that, you gotta watch it. So, in a nutshell, nuclear fallout. A guy's trying to put his family into a shelter. He gets attacked by the neighbours. You know, this is your fault, blah blah blah, and he makes his family shut the door so then they're safe and he's not. The nuke blows off and he ends up, because he has cancer. He was going through this treatment. He absorbed the nuclear blast and he became radioactive. So now he's wandering the wastelands, taking out criminals who are trying to break into the bunker because, yeah, his family are in there and he doesn't want them to be hurt. And at the same time, there's all radiation, but because he's radioactive, he's immune to it. So he's protecting the shelter and making sure no one breaks in. And without giving too much away, 2 kids end up in his care, and it's pretty much just a story of them going to this location, and at the same time there's a king that wants to take him out because he scarred him, and it was just a really great read. I really had a good time with it, and I want to pick up the next book hopefully at some point. It was just, I thought to myself, alright, let's give it a go, but holy shit, I really did enjoy it. So is there a little bio? Oh, here we go. So I'll read the bio. Who is the glowing man? Meet, sorry if I get this wrong, Tarek Geiger, a survivor of the unknown war of 2030. When nuclear war ravaged the planet and tore his family away from him, it also made him a living nuclear reactor with a smouldering cauldron of radioactivity inside him. Now in 2050, Geiger has become an urban legend, a boogeyman bedtime story told to the children of a rebuilt Las Vegas, a twisted theme park version of what it once was, ruled by ruthless warlords. Vegas exists within a system of tunnels keeping its inhabitants safe from the toxic soup of its surrounding atmosphere. If you play your cards right, you can have a better life. Outside its walls, Geiger just wants to be left alone while the mutated insect nightcrawlers and cannibalistic organ people stalk the landscape for their next victims. So those cannibals, what they do is they kill people and take their organs and whatever they don't need, they eat them. But when the warlords of Las Vegas draw Geiger into their power plays, the glowing man becomes an unwitting protector of 2 young orphans in a dangerous game of survival, and we soon discover the warlords aren't the only ones interested in eliminating Geiger. So it's first issues 1 to 6, and yeah, it's continuing on. So really great, I really enjoyed it. And a little side note just with that book, what I really enjoyed, he has a dog, well, it's actually a wolf, but it's got 2 heads, and it's a really cool sort of companion he has, you know, to keep him protected. And yeah, I thought if anything happens to that dog, I will be mad. Wolf. Alright everyone, that's an end to this Collector's Zone haul. So just a small stack, but yeah, had a really good time with some of the comics, especially Geiger. Yeah, I recommend picking that one up, or just, you know, reading the first issue, see how you like it. And yeah, thanks all for watching, and I will see you later.